Next on WoodSongs, we have folk rap with Blitz the Ambassador and two very special singer-songwriters, GORKA and ELIZA GILKYSON.
If these walls could talk, they would say pipe down. They would speak her name, a low and lonesome sound. If these walls could talk, they'd repeat her name.
The television broadcast of the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour is made possible in part by Kentucky Proud and the Kentucky Department of Agriculture, supporting Kentucky-grown farm products used worldwide and in your hometown. Acoustic Rainbow, introducing songs from independent artists and small labels to over 1,200 acoustic format radio stations worldwide. Online at acousticrainbow.com. Support is also provided by viewers like you. Information on how to become a WoodSongs partner and support the growth of grassroots music is online at woodsongs.com. And by Insight Communications, providers of cable, high-definition television and broadband internet service.
Here on the Louisiana Hayride, his name is Hank Williams, the drifting cowboy.
On the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys.
Hi, this is Bruce Hornsby. Hi, this is Kevin Moe.
Hey folks, this is Bela Fleck.
Hi folks, this is Sam Bush.
Hello, this is Odetta.
This is Joan Baez, and you're listening to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And now, gather the family around and sit back in your easy chair. It's time again for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, our worldwide celebration of grassroots music. Let's welcome folk singer, author, and tree hugger, Michael Jonathan.
Thank you. I'll leave a light on. I'll unlock the door. And I'll burn a bright candle and hope she comes home. It's an old log cabin. Someone lived here before. I could see through these shadows. She won't be back anymore. This song needs her fiddle. This song needs a bow. And this song needs forgiveness, so it won't sound alone. There's a ghost in this cabin. She was here just before. I could see through these shadows. She won't be back anymore. And I need her fiddle. I so need her bow. And we all need forgiveness, so we won't sound alone. I'll leave a light on, and I'll unlock the door, and I'll burn a bright candle and hope she comes home. In Detroit.
And welcome to the historic Kentucky Theater. It's so nice to see everybody here in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. We're at the crossroads of America's folk and bluegrass music, the gateway city to the beautiful Appalachian Mountains where so much art and music comes from and is spread all over the world. And we celebrate that music here in our stage. It's folk is described as a beautiful diamond to us. It's like a precious gem with so many different facets. It's folk and blues and bluegrass and country and Celtic, old-timey, new singer-songwriters, classical as we had last week, and opera. Tonight we've got hip-hop and great singer-songwriters. This diamond is very, very precious. If you ignore one single facet on this grassroots diamond, you've decimated the true value of this beautiful global art form, and that's why we celebrate it here. Artists come from all over the world to be on this stage. You don't have to be famous to be on WoodSongs. You just have to be very, very good. And what can you say about the first two artists that we're going to introduce? She is a magnificent singer-songwriter, home-based in Austin, Texas. He is described by Rolling Stone magazine as one of the preeminent singer-songwriters in North America. They've got a great project that they're doing together called Red Horse. They're going to introduce themselves with this song called If These Walls Could Talk. Please welcome Eliza Gilkyson and John Gorka to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
If these walls could talk, they would say shut up. They would say be still, you've already said enough. If these walls could talk, they would say pipe down. They would speak her name, a low and lonesome sound. If these walls could talk, they'd repeat her name. They would point at you, showing who's to blame. If these walls could talk, they would paint the scene, a running chestnut mare out of a broken dream. If these walls could talk, they would say shut up. They would say be still, you've already said enough. If these walls could talk, they would say goodbye. Get out of here, don't wanna see you cry. If your world were slate and your life were chalk, they would speak of dust. If these walls could talk, if your life were slate and your love were chalk, they would speak of dust. If these walls could talk, they will speak of dust. If these walls could talk.
From a CD called Red Horse, Eliza Gilkyson. Let's say hi to John Gorka. John, it's nice to have you on our show for the first time. Been waiting for you for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Been working on it.
I'm slow.
But you're here.
Yeah.
You got for a folk singer, you got a great start. You were actually living in the basement of a coffee house for a while.
Yeah, I lived in the basement. I was kind of between homes, and the landlord had raised the rent, so in protest I moved out, but I didn't have anywhere to move into. It was very wise of me. I moved to the people at Godfrey Daniels Coffee House in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, said I could stay in the basement until I found a place. I was very grateful to have a home.
Well, there's a reason folk rhymes with broke, and you were sort of living the moment.
Yes, yeah. No, I was surprised I was able to make a living. I had a job delivering flowers. It was a part-time job and playing as much as I could. But I was able to just get by, and I was a big believer in low overhead, then and now.
Well, you were living in the basement. You were acting as the house MC. You were running sound. You were like doing everything.
Jack? I did a little bit of everything. I was the sound man, MC, usher, counter person, whatever they needed to do. And then I was also the host of the open mics. Even when I was still in college, I was the host of the open mics and continued to do that. And eventually became kind of like the house opening act for the singer-songwriters coming through town, and those people whose shows I opened for opened doors for me in other parts of the country.
Well, it's nice because the music is supposed to be a community of friends that support each other.
It was a great place to learn. I just loved hanging out there. I loved hearing the music, waiting in the wings there where the soundboard was. And I just loved hanging out afterwards and hearing the stories that people would tell, and I'd bug them a lot and ask them how they wrote songs. And I was pretty annoying to those people.
No, I'm sure they liked you. Obviously, they liked you. They kept working. You came up with great artists like Suzanne Vega and Mary Chapin Carpenter and Nancy Griffith, and that was in the 90s when things were like really, really happening in the singer-songwriter world. Tracy Chapman was happening.
Right. Yeah, there was some interest. Yeah, there was these windows kind of open. For a brief shining moment, and fortunately I was able to climb through one of those windows, and here I am.
And here you are on the WoodSongs stage where you belong.
Many years later.
Of course, Eliza Gilkyson is here, home based in Austin, Texas now, but you have been all over the world. Playing your music and living and raising family and everything for quite a while. So you are part of this project called Red Horse. Tell me what this project is.
Oh, this is just three friends who, we like hanging out together, and we just thought, the best way to hang out would be to sing together. So we really it was just a fun idea, and because we all have careers of our own, but this was just something that turned into something else. We started singing together. We liked how it sounded. We made a record, and so we do a lot of touring together as Red Horse.
And Red Horse is actually three of you. We have two of you here. We got John GORKA and Eliza Gilkyson. The third member, John, is.
Yeah, she's at home with her family. She wanted that's Lucy Kaplansky, who's been here to Lexington. Yeah. So right now we have got Lucy and Eliza switch off on being the front and the middle of the horse.
And the rest need not be said.
The rest has been pretty consistent.
Self-explanatory, I think.
Well, let's listen to the back end of this Red Horse. That's the name of the CD. It's oddly enough, it's on Red House Records if you want to find it. The tune is called Walk Away from Love. It's Eliza Gilkyson and John GORKA on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio.
I got a foolish heart, but I'm not an idiot. I don't trust the world of man, but I still believe in love. People hide from truth, but I can't live like that. You just have to tell me when you think you've had enough. 'Cause if you can walk away from love, you can turn away from love, you can run away from love, not my love. You love to watch love come, but you sure can't let it go. You play it safe and easy, it just falls into your hands. We got that you're close to something deeper than you know. But you just run away from things that you don't understand. And you can walk away from love, you can turn away from love, you can run away from love, and you're not my love. When you took the back seat off the Harley, I got the message, baby. No one's hanging on to you now. You don't have to tell me that you're sorry, so sorry. I don't have to chase a dream that can't come true. 'Cause you can walk away from love, you can turn away from love, you can run away from love, not my love. Yeah, if you can walk away from love, you can walk away from love, you can turn away from love, if you can run away, you can run away from love, not my love. Thank you.
It's the voice of Eliza Gilkyson and her friend John Gorka. The brand new CD is called Red Horse. You'll find that on Red House Records. If you want to know more about Eliza and John and their tour schedule, about this beautiful new album they've recorded with Lucy Kaplansky, you just visit our website, woodsongs.com. If you click on the archive page, go to show number 640. That's this show here. We'll tell you everything you need to know about them, as well as our next artist. We have never featured in the history of WoodSongs a hip-hop artist, and we heard his record and we were like, this, the story, the music, everything is just too fun to not be able to invite him here, and lo and behold, he was able to come. He's originally from Ghana, and we're very proud that he's here. He's got a beautiful CD called Native Son. He's going to do a tune that in his language is actually called Welcome. It's Aquaba. Did I say that right? Aquaba. It's Blitz the Ambassador and the Embassy Ensemble on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
Aquaba. I say 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 Aquaba. I go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on for moon check, yeah, but Charlie Moteman can't check. I just check, but just what's your bad mouth? What's your nipa back? What's your about? What's your main? Your name to Pimpina. What's your mommy? Anna, Tamale, Pantamatnin, Crane, you not much more. Say, you're up on Kwama, I'm not doing a rock, bro, chap, when they say, while it's one, I'm a friend, say, Gianna, Seth, Wolfano, tell you I got Johnson, Shaka, maybe, or send you one of Popo, Tabana. The Femba's answer, Miss Metata, the ambassador, Simani Gomez, watch to set trotro passenger, Cotton Wanama, but since you're my pocket, so I'm best everybody. Go Aquaba. I like to welcome you, Aquaba. I like to welcome you, Aquaba. I like to welcome you, Aquaba. me chiamo. And branch and then my power me hiamo. Touch them my you and money you the shanty kite book and you not at Sawara my brain feet. Sergeant from Kruma, one of these my time for rap participate alone and quite juma. Me too quantity so being same stand on a quarry. Got I'm saying upon the same structure Solomon Tari. Plus under the 9 minutes is one thing. What your matter time for trying hearing one thing. Ambassador me shake it. Brooklyn to Agege. I spit it in both languages, the lyrical anthropologist. I stop on it, Kumasasi, or ya dig it. Got a million I get trouble. Everybody go Aquaba. I like to welcome you, Aquaba. I like to welcome you, Aquaba. I like to welcome you, Aquaba.
Blitz the Ambassador and the Embassy Ensemble. Let's say hey to Blitz. Nice to have you here, man. It's
wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Born in Ghana.
Ghana,
that's what I meant. Ghana. Now, if we're looking at Africa,
yes,
where is Ghana?
West Africa, and it's like right next to Togo, if you know what that is, and it's next to Côte d'Ivoire, if you know where that is. But we're right on the Gulf.
Right, and we're in Lexington, in Kentucky.
Amazing.
So here we are. Now you born and raised there. How did you come to the States? How did it happen for you to come to the States?
It was time to go to college, and where I'm from, you know, I couldn't tell my parents that I was coming to America to make music. That would never happen. So I told them I needed an education, and they helped me come out here, and lo and behold, I'm here.
So like most musicians, you lied to. You lied to your mom and dad.
It was for a good cause, I promise.
So you came here, and where did you land? Did you land?
I actually lived in New York for a little bit, and then I went to Kent State University.
Oh, in Ohio.
Yes.
Our neighbors to the north.
Yes, yes. Yep.
So what were your musical influences as a young fellow? Obviously, you left when you were like in your upper teens, at least, right?
Yes.
So when you were a little boy in West Africa, what was the music you were listening to that influenced you to become an artist?
Well, it started with a lot of local traditional music around us. So everything from just high life, Afrobeat, you know, these were sounds that our parents played on, you know, our old record player. So from that,
well, let's not leave that too quick, because that's decidedly native to Africa, the high life. And so explain that. What kind of music is that?
Well, high life music is it's really guitar heavy. But the thing is, in the 20s and 30s, there was a lot of. I mean, we were still a British colony at the time. So a lot of brass band music, you know, was in the community. But what happened was we also had our traditional music, which was like the adowa or banlogo. Those were sounds that, you know, were more of the traditional setting. And what happened was somewhere in between, the brass band music started mixing with the traditional music, and that's where high life was born. And then in the 60s and 70s with people like Fela Kuti, Afrobeat was born, but a lot of it had high life roots when it begun.
Mm-hmm. Now, how close is that to the music of hip hop that people would be more familiar with in the States?
Well, I mean, in my, you know, the way I look at it is that it's the same sound that kind of traveled, you know, from Africa, became, you know, blues, jazz, right, soul, and has eventually evolved into hip hop music. But the most important piece, at least, that I believe kind of was that traveled with this sound is the call and response, kind of the storytelling of our traditional music. That is a very important piece in hip hop, and so you find very similar elements when you listen to traditional African music and hip-hop music.
Well, and what gets lost on a lot of the audience, that hip-hop music, the kind of music that you're playing, is extremely lyric heavy.
Yes.
The lyric is everything. The story is everything. First glance, first listen, people are hearing the beat and the music, but the lyric is everything.
Yes.
And that's a big focus of your music. And now you're singing your songs part native tongue, part English.
Yes. The first song I just performed is called Akwaba, which means welcome, and that's in one of the languages in Ghana called Tree, which is probably spoken the most in Ghana.
Well, let's get back into your music. His CD is called Native Son. It's a beautiful album, and this is a song about his home city there in Ghana. It's called Accra City Blues. It's Blitz the Ambassador and the Embassy Ensemble on the WoodSongs. Old Time Radio.
Chale munche kama shamo brabo ya mobo do asamo drena wana betutu shi anajo wakume modu jabra ho do you way shambre fie michimi di yasuntre manante nanti bi shefita fone kaya yo obianche wonka ooh crash it blow all she left for you. Need her, I want her. Tell me, where does she go? Ooh, across city blue. All she left was you. Hey, I want her. Hey, I need her. We used to be lovers, girls, you and I vibing under the covers. Nowadays you're so crazy, headaches that you done gave me. Treated you like my lady, you got the nerve in front of me. I say, well, I'm stale. Whatever happened to when you and I could just bail? All of a sudden, can't trust me now. You blowing my silly when I'm out of time. Every time I don't know if I'm with someone, but I got a show to do. I can't talk now. Damn, you so insecure. And I thought that when I met you, you were so mature. But I'm sick and tired of arguing. All this hell that you're giving me is fighting it. You keep telling me. Ooh, across city blue. All she left was you. Hey, hey, want her. Hey, hey, where does she go? Ooh, across city blue. All she left was you. Hey, I want her. Hey, I need her. Raja Kasi. City blue, all she left was sure. Hey, I want her. Hey, I need her. Ooh, across city blue, all she left was sure. Hey, hey, I want her. Hey, hey, I need her.
It's the music of Blitz the Ambassador. and the Embassy Ensemble. Their brand new CD is called Native Son. We're going to be back with them. We've got Eliza Gilkyson, John Gorka, two members of A Red Horse. We're going to be back with so much great music, so much great conversation. Stay where you are. We will be back right after this.
Hi, this is Suzanne Vega, and you are exploring the world of grassroots music with folk singer Michael Jonathan on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And there's a great singer-songwriter, Suzanne Vega, friend of John Gorka and Eliza Gilkyson, who are here on our broadcast, along with Blitz the Ambassador and the Embassy Ensemble. We've got a great hour of music. We're halfway through it. We're so grateful that our audience is tuning in. Let's get back into the music. They've got a great CD together called Red Horse, but we're going to dip into one of John Gorka's wonderful personal records called So Dark You See. This is one of his songs called Ignorance and Privilege. It's John Gorka on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio.
I was born to ignorance, yes, and lesser poverties. I was born to privilege that I did not see, like a pigment in my skin, wanna free and easy. And I didn't know it, but my way was paved. I grew up a Catholic boy in a northeastern state, a place when asked where you from, some people tend to hesitate, reply a little bit late, as if maybe you didn't rate. Oh, I was born to ignorance and privilege. My dad ran a printing press, a tag and label factory. May have seen it as a child, now a distant memory, almost too faint to see. Dark red brick factory. I didn't know it, but my way was paved. Moved from a city street shortly after I arrived to a house on a gravel road where I learned to be alive. Crawl, walk, run, and ride. That's where I learned to come alive. I didn't know it, but my way was paved. 'Cause if the wind is at your back and you never turn around, you may never know the wind is there. You may never hear the sound. Whoa. Have to grow and go to school, work at home and dream at night, even be a college fool like I had any right. Never went through a war, never Great Depression poor. I didn't know it, but my way was paved. Nose to the grindstone, shoulder to the wheel, back against the wall, maybe you know how it feels. If the wind is at your back and you never turn around, you may never know the wind is there. You may never hear the sound. Whoa. I was born to ignorance, yes, and lesser poverties. I was born to privilege that I did not see, like a pigment in my skin, wanna free and easy in. Didn't know it, but my way was paved. 'Cause I was born to ignorance and privilege.
From his CD, So Dark You See. John Gorka. John, music was in your family. You grew
What's
up
that?
with it. Music was in your family. You grew up with it.
A little bit. You know, my father would listen to polkas on Saturday morning. He's the Polish side. I guess my brother plays as well. So yes, yeah.
You started out as a banjo player.
I did. I played a little bit of banjo on the Red Horse record, and I'm kind of doing a little bit more of that. I used to play it for the family when I wanted to go play at my friend's house.
They would kick
that
you
would,
out.
it would hasten
Please, John,
that
stop
possibility.
playing and leave,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Look at the time, they would say.
Eliza, music part of your family when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah, actually, yes.
And I bring that up because your dad was very successful.
Yeah, my dad was a singer-songwriter. He had a lot of hit songs, and so we grew up around a lot of music.
Now, your dad even worked for Walt Disney and did music for the Walt Disney Company.
Yeah, in his later years he did, but up through the 50s and 60s he was writing. He had a band called the Easy Riders, but he was also writing for other artists. He wrote for Mahalia Jackson, Johnny Cash, Dean Martin, Doris Day, the White Stripes, you name it. Yeah.
That's a very diverse resume there, isn't it? One of the songs that your dad was involved in was a huge part of a Walt Disney soundtrack, and I want the audience to hear a little bit of your dad's work because it's pretty amazing stuff here. Listen to this. You'll recognize it.
Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife.
That's Eliza's dad, Terry. You wrote that. Isn't that kind of neat?
That's cool that you found that track there.
Yeah, I looked hard for that.
Yeah.
So music was part of your family, and you're in turn probably giving it to yours. You've got kids and
yeah, my son plays. Actually, my son just produced my last record too.
Well, there you go. So
yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah.
Well, let's. Speaking of your last record, your brand new record is called "Roses at the End of Time," and this is a song on her new record. This is called "Midnight on Rone." It's Eliza Gilkyson on the WoodSongs.
Sitting in a motel on the outskirts of Rone. How the years have flown since towns passed through these hills alone. I got someone who loves me, but it's too late to phone. I wanna ride this road forever, and I'm dying to go home. Out there on the interstate, the hurrying of the cars, high above room 28, the swirling of the stars, and I draw the final curtains like a veil across my skin. I turn the bedside lamp down and I let my shadows in. 'Cause I feel so full, so empty-handed, in a world so cruel. I don't think I understand it. Are we still the fools who don't know right from wrong? Here at midnight on Rone. Find a crumpled napkin and I fumble for a pen. I chase a fleeting moment like it was my long-lost friend, and I curl up neath the blankets and I dream until the dawn. But come morning, I'll be through these hills and gone. Come morning, I'll be through these hills and gone.
He's got a wonderful band ready to go again. He's originally from Ghana. He's got a CD called Native Son. Please welcome back Blitz the Ambassador and the Embassy Ensemble on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
Back to where it all started, across city, my city, where we go hard. And survive is a fact. We never had much, took another seas, some seas are still out of touch. Return of the prodigal son, still second to none. Flashbacks have it all begun before the sucker free video stage is massacred. Barefooted in the streets of Africa, you listen to rock hammer, Reggie Rock, showing them to making it out here. Take it back home, and you wonder what they call me, ambassador for. The red, gold, green, black star is that raw. Across the continent, I know they pumping it. An old wise man once told me something like, we all papa, Nefina Kumim, Abu Bikawa, Nefim Timim. I said what I'm from the Wanyanko Bakuchi, and I brought from Bastor, messing with rapper, that international vocabulary. They need subtitles, holler at me, cause that's the future, and we salute you. City son, you must have Fela Kuti. Blitz is bridging the gap, fortune to listen to rap, playing a djembe with a fedora. Yet the breath, the fresh air you waited for, not the same old suckers on the radio. Yo, they need to get away up, no pun intended. I don't even check for haters, I'm above standard. Mouse Davis played the bitches brew to get us through. I'ma get the bitters too. Show the whole wide world how far we can spit, cause I'm African. Rock. And I just wanna be the bridge between the veterans, old heads, and the kids. Folks on the continent, those over here traveling from ghetto to ghetto, you feel it in the air. But wait, when we say that we poor, it ain't cause we can't afford the new Jordans. More like having nothing to eat all morning. So we click, clack, Charlie, that's no warning. And you wonder where the cops be at. Make you wanna learn to duck like Pacquiao. Knock you out with a flow so they all react off the wall. I'm more like Basquiat, a true artist. You pretend to be the dope dealer. I'll be on stage, Bonnaroo, Coachella with a live band. Slime a family stone. Blitz the Ambassador, West Africa's on. Flows is global, so authentic. You might need a passport just to rock with it. And they still wanna know who the best is. Without a record deal, a mill, a platinum necklace. Well, I am him. They should fall back. Somebody please bring Dave Chappelle back. This ain't a regular countdown. I do this for the listeners. You waited, I don't need to dumb down. Where I'm from, we say Charlie to Washington. Been a while since you had to do so nasty. Understand, this is my year. Feel like Ali, finding laps in the streets of Zaire. Like boom, bar, yeah. People got me. It's gonna take a whole lot more to stop me. They can keep trying, we can keep flying all over the world. This is my time. Rock. I'm trying to be the best I can. 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 I'm trying to be the best.
The song is Best I Can from his CD Native Son, Blitz the Ambassador and the Embassy Ensemble. Let's say hi to the band. First, the horn section, Ezra Brown and Jonathan Powell. The choreography is incredible, not just the playing. Then you've got Raja on electric guitar doing a great job, Sydney on drums, and Paul Bennett playing bass. Good job, everybody. Of course, lead singer. Blitz the Ambassador, you have a difficult job. This is hard. I'm watching what you're doing. And I want the radio audience needs to know that you're standing before the mic and you're playing the shaker. It's not like you have a guitar or anything in your hand, but you are playing your lyrics with your fingers as though it was a trumpet in your hand.
Yeah. Well, that's the only way I can stay on beat, honestly.
Well, consider what you're doing and the amount of lyric that you are spewing in perfect time. I don't know how else to say it. How do you learn to put the proper emphasis on the right syllable as you're going through the song?
Well, it's taken a long time. Well, when I first begun to try my hands at rapping, you know, those were the times I barely really could speak perfect English at the time. So, you know, it was a lot of studying, listening to people like, you know, Rakim, people in the hip-hop world who know some of these names, but Rakim, Public Enemy, you know, A Tribe Called Quest, you know, these guys were rapping so fast. And, you know, I was wondering how they could do that, you know, and so that was always my mission, was trying to emulate those guys. And now that I'm doing it, I'm not so surprised anymore, I guess.
Well, once you learn, it's like being on a bicycle. Or is it hard at
It is.
first? Once you do it, you're like, why was this so hard? Right? You know, people feel that way about the guitar. They talk to the guitar player, and it's like it's easy to him, but when you're first starting out, that D chord hurts.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, for the folk audience, the first artist that ever rapped on record was Woody Guthrie. He issued what he called the talking blues in the 1940s. That was the first time somebody was rapping to the beat of his guitar on an album. So this is a beautiful family of music, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I mean, that's what we've been attempting to do, me and my, you know, really awesome musicians. And I really can't say enough about these gentlemen because they work really hard, and I work them pretty hard too.
Yeah, well,
but
it's a great band.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a great band.
But
and
you know,
so good looking.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let's get back into it. You are going to perform the title cut of your new record. It's called Native Son. It's Blitz the Ambassador on the WoodSongs of Old Time Radio.
Mashanabo. Aye, 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 Mashanabo. Trance, watching all the bright lights spiral while listening to Gladys Knight on vinyl. My mind drifts a million miles away, back to Accra City. Sure feels like yesterday, cause we was all looking for a way out across the border, lining up for visas like sheep to the slaughter. Then we arrived and realized the hustle's just appalling. From the photos that you sent home, they're thinking that you ballin'. Only if they knew about the things you've been through, hiding from immigration and knowing your rent's due, becoming babysitters, shopkeepers, just to lay low, whatever, just as long as you're paid under the table. And some will survive while others get got. Some returning home with nothing but the shirts on their back. This is dedicated to all the immigrants abroad. Return of the native son, we belong. I say, ah yeah, 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 my son Apple. Aye, 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 aye. Hey.
Wasn't it great having Blitz the Ambassador, his band, the Embassy Ensemble, and Eliza Gilkyson and John Gorka? What a great album they have. Their new CD is called Red Horse. You know, having all this, what a beautiful, diverse garden music is. You know, on this show we had two great singer-songwriters, acoustic. They come out of the folk world. We've got this beautiful, beautiful hip-hop band, the main artist being from Ghana and Africa. And you'd think they wouldn't mix, and yet when you go into a garden, it doesn't matter if there's a rose and a marigold in the same soil. It is a beautiful, beautiful garden. That's what makes music so wonderful. It's not listening to the same thing in the same style. It's listening to the beauty of the grassroots world. And that's what WoodSongs tries to present. And it reminds me very much of something that John F. Kennedy said. And I've used this quote before, and I think it really, really applies to the show tonight. He said, this is what John Kennedy said right before he passed away. He said, above all, we are coming to understand that the arts incarnate the creativity of a free people. When the creative impulse cannot flourish, when it cannot freely select its methods and objects, when it is deprived of spontaneity, then society severs the root of art. And I'll tell you right now, if you take art and music out of schools, if you take it out of families, if you take it out of hometowns and communities, you're not just severing the root of art, you're cutting the community to pieces. So if you are an artist, I want you to take your guitar, call up a school, go out to those kids and do a free concert to children in your hometown. Make sure they see the beauty of real performing art, just like the artists on our stage. My name is Michael Jonathan. I'm a folk singer and I am a tree hugger. We'll see you next week on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. Good night.
You've been listening to WoodSongs broadcast number 640. Michael's opening song was Ghosts from his new CD, Front Porch, featuring Uni Troy on cello and Paul Reich on upright bass.
Thank you for tuning in. There are so many talented artists that appear on our stage. It's very hard sometimes to pick the ones that appear on our TV broadcast. So what we're going to do is leave you with a performance from our huge online archive of past shows. We'll see you next time on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. Get ready for this. It's by Led Zeppelin. It's called Kashmir. It's the Richter Uzer Duo on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
The television broadcast of the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour is made possible in part by Kentucky Proud and the Kentucky Department of Agriculture, supporting Kentucky-grown farm products used worldwide and in your hometown. Acoustic Rainbow, introducing songs from independent artists and small labels to over 1,200 acoustic format radio stations worldwide. Online at acousticrainbow.com. Support is also provided by viewers like you. Information on how to become a WoodSongs partner and support the growth of grassroots music is online at woodsongs.com. And by Insight Communications, providers of cable, high-definition television and broadband internet service.